The case study of this presentation is part of a larger ongoing project titled REAACH, Accessibility and Inclusiveness in the Scenarios of Reuse and Enhancement of Former Monastic Buildings, led by the University of Padova, the University of Venice, and financed by Regione Veneto with the FAC funds programmed from 121-127. The project involves three ancient monasteries, San Nicolò del Lido, Santi Giovanni e Paolo, and Santi Felice and Fortunato. The historical architectural analysis and the survey of accessibility will convey in a bimodal, and thanks to the virtual and augmented reality, the various construction phases will be highlighted. This presentation focuses on the case study of Santi Giovanni and Paolo, and in particular on the Cappella della Pace and on the Chiostro della Pace. The complex of the civil hospital of Santi Giovanni and Paolo, which originated from the structures of the Scuola Grande di San Marco, is located in the northern part of the Venice, in Sestiere di Castello. In recent decades, the city administration has worked extensively in constant and fruitful dialogue with the Soprintendenza to transform Venice into an accessible city, but much still needs to be done. One of the primary goals of this project is to explore, based on surveys and analyses including those conducted with the support of IA, intervention that can enable accessibility and inclusivity in the adaptive reuse of the Chiostro della Pace. In doing so, the project aims to contribute in a modest yet meaningful way to the broader and ambitious goal of making Venice a city for all, a city for everyone. The history of Santi Giovanni e Paolo began in 2034, when Doge Jacopo Tiepolo, inspired by miraculous dream, donated a vast public land to the Dominicans on behalf of all the people of Venice. At the time, this plot of land was still awaiting reclamation, which was implicitly entrusted to the friars. The monastery, now used as the civil hospital of Venice, stands in the northern part of the vast lot donated by Tiepolo. By 104,086, it had reached its final plan layout, as the Dominican Felix Fabri describes. 3 courtyards and spacious gardens, dormitories and refectories and vast workshops, within which live 100 friars. A large atrium, preceded by the monumental facade of the Scuola Grande di San Marco, gave access to the convent, even though the actual entrance to the main cloister was the chapel of Madonna della Pace. Erected between 104,089 and 105,003 by the master of the Dominican Gioacchino Turiano, the chapel housed a miracle-working image from Constantinople thought to have the power to bestow peace on those with personal and family problems. The chapel of Madonna della Pace and its prodigious host defined the path of the devotee visiting the monastery. Coming from the square before the great mendicant church, he would enter the chapel to pray. Then he would exit through the side door to enter the cloister and eventually make his way to the friars' capitolo, where he could find legal assistance. Therefore, this space had a strong functional and social permeability with the urban context. Here, lay and religious met under the auspices of Our Lady of Peace. From the 105,000 plan of Santi Giovanni and Paolo, a 3D model of the ancient framework made by the Basilica of Santi Giovanni and Paolo, the Scuola Grande of San Marco, and a part of the monastery around the cloister was erected. In particular, the plan was useful to obtain the shape and the location of the chapel of Madonna della Pace and the Chiostro della Pace, near to the chapel. In this work-in-progress model, the main volumes can be identified. A previous 3D model of the current area made by the Basilica of Santi Giovanni and Paolo and the Scuola Grande of San Marco was created intertwining different information taken from maps and architectural plans. To achieve a high-quality result, it was necessary to interlace the historical research with the survey results obtained from the photogrammetry and from the new technologies. In recent years, the evolution of image-based survey technologies has significantly expanded the possibilities for the documentation and preservation of cultural heritage. Specifically, the emergence of innovative techniques such as neural radiance fields, NERF, and Gaussian splatting has marked an important step forward compared to traditional methodologies, allowing us to overcome some of the limitations of conventional photogrammetry. As demonstrated in the case study of the Chiostro della Pace, the use of these technologies complements, rather than replaces, traditional survey methods. On the one hand, they allow the creation of high-quality visual models aesthetically suited for immersive visualization and cultural dissemination. On the other hand, they do not yet achieve the precision and reliability required for highly accurate metric and quantitative surveys. The integration with post-production software like post-shot and game engines, such as Unreal Engine or Play Canvas, has further expanded the possibilities for utilizing these models, enabling the creation of increasingly elaborate interactive and immersive experiences. This is particularly relevant in the field of cultural heritage enhancement, where the ability to engage the public through detailed digital reconstructions is proving to be a powerful tool for education and preservation. The survey of the Chiostro della Pace at the Monastery of Santi Giovanni and Paolo was carried out using a spherical camera, leveraging its advanced high-resolution video capture capabilities. The process involved several stages, from data collection in the field to post-production and final processing of the three-dimensional model. To begin, the camera was mounted in its dedicated selfie stick, extended to its maximum length to position the device above the operator's head. This setup minimizes occlusions and captures a panoramic view of the surrounding environment. The camera was set to record video in 8K, the highest resolution available on the X4 model. High image quality is crucial, especially when planning to reframe the video in post-production, as it ensures sharp details and better definition. During recording, a slow and steady movement was maintained. The operator walked with the stick and the camera overhead, trying to keep a uniform trajectory and a steady pace. This approach allowed complete coverage of the area of interest, ensuring comprehensive visual data collection from various angles. Once recording was completed, the native spherical video was imported into the software. This tool offers advanced functionalities for managing and processing the video's captures with the camera. For each of these directions, the video lock function was used, ensuring that each result video was focused on a specific orientation. Additionally, vertical correction was applied to keep architectural lines straight and prevent perspective distortions, which is essential for an accurate representation of the structures. This process resulted in the creation of 5 distinct videos, each providing a detailed view in a specific direction. Within the software, the video was converted in MP4 format, proceeding to reframe specific section of the 3060 degrees spheres. 5 distinct views were created: north, south, east, west, and zenith, the upward direction to capture ceiling and roofs. The subdivision process facilitates subsequent processing and improves the quality of the final three-dimensional model. The next stage involved the use of the post-shot software. Post-shot is a tool that allows simultaneous processing of multiple videos and images, operating locally and leveraging the user's hardware resources. Within post-shot, the 5 previously generated videos were imported for processing. Initially, it was possible to select the number of frames to use for processing. Given the large amount of data, approximately 1600 total frames, it was decided to limit the processing to 100 frames. This choice optimized calculation times while still maintaining a sufficient level and detail for the survey's purposes. Next, using drop-down menus, the quality parameters were set, which allow choosing the type of radiance field to use, the maximum number of splats, in the case of Gaussian splatting, and when to stop the training process. Among the various radiance fields, 5 nerf and 2 splat options, the splat MC was chosen, and it appeared to be faster and produced better results by allowing an increase in the number of splats present in the scene. The synergy between traditional method and innovative techniques is the key to a future where the documentation and preservation of cultural heritage will become increasingly integrated and accessible. And this is one of the main goals of this work in progress project titled REAACH.